This is with regards to the Nepal protest, what is also being called as the Gen Z revolution in Nepal. Visuals coming in, concerning visuals at that. Police in fact opened fire in Damak as Gen Z protest intensifies there. Few injured in police firing during the new Baneshwar protest. Injured, in fact, has been taken to the Everest Civil and other hospitals at this point. Activists set up first aid camp in Mehtighar. Social media ban sparks protest in Nepal, which we've consistently been covering as it has come to highlight the Gen Z revolution, which was started against the Oli government in Nepal against their social media ban. The new generation of the country has started demonstrations against the government's ban on social media and on corruption. Thousands of youth were seen marching on the streets, shouting slogans, as you can hear in the very background of these visuals that we bring to you, all against the government during their demonstrations, which, remember, doesn't just happen, in fact, doesn't just restrict itself to Kathmandu at this point, but has spread to several other centers across Nepal. During their demonstration, the government had, in fact, disrupted phones and internet services for hours. And despite this very ban on social media, the youth made some social media their medium and called for demonstrations today. In fact, when we spoke to a senior politician a little while ago, he had said that provocations or messages about such a protest which was to happen had already been going around before they even implemented the very ban on the platforms. And that is how they ended up garnering such support, bringing out so many youngsters to the streets to join the protests and the demonstrations. The youth currently seems angry, frustrated with the ban on what we are gathering 26 social media accounts. Not all apps fall under the ambit of this ban, but the important ones, or rather the ones which are more widely used, like Facebook, X, WhatsApp, YouTube, they've all been banned by the Nepalese government. And now this is why the Gen Z revolution has started. These demonstrations have started in Nepal. Now let us also tell you this, that this very ban was introduced by the government citing non-compliance issue, and it was the Supreme Court of Nepal that came out to give this direction that the government can regulate the usage of these very platforms to address the non-compliance issue. And now these are the latest visuals. This is the current situation that we are seeing on the streets of Kathmandu. In fact, we were even being told by some journalists we were speaking to earlier, who are currently in Kathmandu at this given point, who came out to tell us that the parliament, these protesters had even reached the gates of the parliament. However, they couldn't breach those very gates. But the situation seems extremely intense given the kind of visuals we are gathering. We see the anger being expressed. Students, youngsters running across the streets. We see police action in place as well, where we are now gathering that there has been shooting that has also taken place by the police officials, given the situation getting out of hand in certain places. In fact, the shooting took place in Damak, is what we are learning. But you can see the anger clear from these visuals, from the protests, how these demonstrators have been going ahead to put forward their message, make their demands rather clear at this given point with regards to this very revolution. So yes, these are the visuals that we are bringing to you of the Gen Z Nepal demonstration at this given point. If we are to just take you through some of these apps, it's Facebook, Instagram, X, WhatsApp, YouTube, Reddit, LinkedIn, which are widely used. So which is also what conversations have been started around, that in a day and age where content ends up bringing in revenues, or in fact a lot of youngsters have their livelihoods depending on content production which they push out, what is their future next, especially when we speak of Nepal? Where do they go? How do they continue with their livelihoods with these apps being completely banned? There's also a concern of such widely used apps being banned where it pushes users to the dark web. Will we see such repercussions in Nepal? Well, that's a question that needs to be answered as well. But again, the senior politician also said that these revenues, or rather these livelihoods, are non-taxable. So the revenues collected by the individual influencers, they have no taxes that are paid. So the government doesn't get any revenue from the content production. So there is not going to be any implication of this on the government's revenue per se, given that there is no direct revenue. But yes, it will affect the livelihoods of plenty, and we can see that, and that's not restricted just to youngsters, but also to all users out there of all age groups who push out content. The anger that you can see, barricades being pushed down, protesters running with their posters, raising their voice, several posters of the Chief Minister, of the Prime Minister, I beg your pardon, being defaced by these protesters across cities. Several of them have been injured. As police has been taking actions, we can see water cannons being used against the protesters. In fact, now shooting having also taken place. You can see the barricades being pushed down for the protesters on the other side to be brought in by those who've been able to breach these barricades in the first place. That is the kind of anger. And in situations like this, when the public, when protesters, in fact, end up losing control almost at this given point that we can see from visuals, it gets concerning at this point. We have in fact been accessing several social media posts where a lot of Gen Z pages have also come out to say that for today we have gained success, so let us now return home and return home safely. But clearly those messages have not made any effect on these protesters. We see the anger only intensifying with each passing minute. Sanjeev Phoyal, journalist, joining us back on the broadcast to in fact take us through the situation. Sanjeev, the first question here would be with regards to the shooting that's taken place and police action at large. We see water cannons, we see these protesters breaching barricades, bringing them down, bringing protesters on the other sides. What exactly is the situation when we speak of police action?
Yeah, actually, yeah, the police is, yeah, definitely the main job of the police personnel is to provide security to the government buildings and the parliament. And the government was well prepared in advance. That's why they put this prohibited area and then didn't allow the protesters to broke that area. But the protest escalated, so like the protest actually intensified, and the gathering was so massive that the protesters stormed, like broke the barricades and clashed with the police, and they started, and the protest really turned really like massively violent. And you definitely, you could have, we have also seen a lot of visuals of these youths throwing whatever they find at their hands, and even throwing back the throwing back the this tear gas canisters.
Tear gas canisters being used, yes, we can see them in the visuals that we have access. But you know, Sanjeev, I have to ask you this. There are some social media pages, and they are Gen Z pages as well, that are coming out to say that the protests today have been successful already for them to raise their voice and put the message across to the government. But there are several groups who are also involved in this protest with vested interests. What is that about? Can you take
Yeah,
us
actually,
through what is that about?
yeah. There are some of the people from the Gen Z, this protest group, have said that that there must have been some infiltration of the people who do not belong to us, and we are not aligned with our cause. But yeah, it is right now. It is it's not. We cannot say for sure, like whether the people from whether there was infiltration of people from outside the group or not.
So at this given point, are we learning about any any particular message that was sent out right before the protests about a call for a peaceful protest, or was it supposed to be this enraged, the kind of frustration we are seeing currently? Was there a situation where the initial protest or the revolution, Gen Z revolution that was called for, was actually supposed to be peaceful?
Yeah, it was supposed to be peaceful, but it was definitely the government definitely need to be prepared for the, because this is protest, and there's just like war, you cannot say like how the protest will develop when the situation gets aggravated.
Absolutely. I think that's a very pertinent point you've raised here, that in situations like this, you never know where it goes. And from the visuals that we are seeing, barricades have been breached. We can see the anger, all the youngsters running across the streets. At this given point, there's also a conversation about the protests being against corruption, not just the social media
Yeah,
ban, but
yeah.
also against the government in
Yeah,
general.
actually, it is not just the corruption. Yeah, actually, yeah, it is not just the corruption, but the main theme of the protest. No, the main theme of the protest is this Gen Z group are coming together to voice their dissent against growing corruption and nepotism in the country. And it is also
Right.
like mm,
Please continue.
yeah,
Yes, you were telling us it is
yeah.
also about.
Yeah, this is also about that. Yeah, and the recent announcement of this ban must have further intensified the situation.
Oftentimes what happens, Sanjeev, at times like these protests start as a revolution. They're supposed to be peaceful protests. They get out of hand very quickly. The situation becomes extremely critical, and we have seen this in the past. I'm not saying this Gen Z protest has the capacity to do that or the potential to do that, but we have seen how protests and prolonged protests, violent protests, end up turning out in the subcontinent itself, and especially when there's a discontentment against the ruling dispensation. So at this given point, the situation seems grim. What would
Yeah.
you have to say about that?
Yeah, like even from, if I have to say it from my personal opinion, like it was like, as I was following all these news, and then about this protest, and even I heard like some of the people in my knowings were also joining this protest, even if they do not belong to that generation. But yeah, this protest is really posing a serious threat to the government. Yeah, if it gets out of control in this way, and so this should not be it should not be taken for granted. Even like in the past few days, the social media ban. Uh, this social has also made these young
Right.
people express their anger at this. There's this term, they were using this term, that nepo kids, like who are the children of prominent politicians, who
Right.
owe their who owe
They are being
their like
attacked at this given point.
yeah.
Sanjeev, I'll come back to you and I'll let you finish that thought. Right now, we also have with us Bibek Tripathi from the Nepal Communist Party. Mr. Tripathi, thank you for speaking to us on India Today. The situation, as we have been reiterating, and the visuals speak for itself right now, it is nothing less than alarming. We are given to understand that these protesters have also reached the gates of the parliament. Take us through the government stance at this given point, and your party's stance on this very issue at this given point. Mr. Tripathi, can you hear us?
Hello. I didn't.
Hello,
I didn't listen
Mr.
properly. Please
Yes,
again.
Yes, I will repeat my question, but can you hear us at this point?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So firstly,
Yes,
your
please.
party's stance on this protest, the situation slowly intensifying into like going from bad to worse at this given point, one would say.
Sorry, I can't listen properly. I'm in disturbing area right now. So please, once again, can you brief
Sure.
about this?
Sure,
Your
sure,
question?
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Mr. Tripathi, my question is your party's stance on the current situation. There is disturbance. Tell us
Yes.
what your party's stance is on the very situation.
Yeah, this Gen Z generation organized this movement, this protest, and we are right now. There is some kind of person going to involving and negative. They have negative initiation and they get negative position. So they go to there and they are making violence, right? So it's not fear.
That is your stance at this given point. That is the party stance, as you are saying. Yes, this is the situation, viewers. Thank you, Vivek Tripathi, for joining us on India Today. Well, viewers, you can see the visuals, and at this point, the visuals speak for themselves. So we will leave you with them. The situation definitely seems to be concerning and alarming, having gone from bad to worse. Police action also, in fact, being intensified to tackle the protesters at this point. What was supposed to be, from what we are hearing, a peaceful protest by Gen Z members, a peaceful Gen Z revolution, has indeed blown up to a much more violent sort of a situation. It seems to have gotten out of hand. There are several narratives coming in. No confirmation yet with regards to whether there are certain vested groups involved in the protests as well at this point.